What up, what up, what up? You're now tuned in to the Progression Podcast, man, featuring Man 007. And man, I'm so glad to be back in the building with you, man, because it's been a while since I did a recording. Because I've been so busy, man. I got a lot of things going on, man, and I have to make time. I have to get a good schedule going, you know what I'm saying? So it's really been a good thing. I've seen so much feedback from the podcast, and I'm so glad that it's impacting some people, and people are hearing it and hearing the stories and hearing the guests. And I've had some amazing guests on the show, man, and I just want to salute everybody that's been on the podcast. I want to do a future salute to everybody that's going to be on the podcast. And I want to just be, just grateful. I'm so grateful to God that I'm able to do this, and God is giving me the platform to do it. Okay. So, I start off with my scripture every time, and it's 2 Corinthians. Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things have passed away, and behold, all things have become brand new. Right. So, since we're in a brand new space, I want to talk to you about the mindset of limitations. I know you hear that because, man, it's storming outside, but I decided to go and record while it's storming, it's raining, the thunder, and I can hear it. And that's just such a blessing for me that I can hear it, because if I couldn't hear it, I couldn't hear, right? Or I would be dead, or, because it's a lot of things that I deserve that I didn't get, and I thank God that I didn't get them, right? So I want to talk about the mindset of limitations. Mindset of limitations, right? Go back and give you some backstory about myself. I'm from a neighborhood called Fifth Ward. It's in Houston, Texas. It's a impoverished neighborhood that I grew up in, and we were limited to a lot of funds, limited to a lot of knowledge. We were limited in the things that we could learn. But one thing for sure is I don't have a limit on me now. I don't have a limit. As I grew, as I became a teenager, I had some limitations in my mind, but really I didn't. Me and the guy, we were talking the other day about, the name of the rap group that I'm in now, Raw, Ready and Willing, right? And so ready and willing is a word, little phrase that we always heard in time that said ready, willing, and able, right? The thing about it, sometimes when we're trying to be successful, we're ready for it and we're able. Now, everybody's ready to be successful. I'm ready to have $1 million right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm ready to do what I can do to have $1 million. Am I able to do it? Yeah, I have the thoughts, I have the thinking, I have the knowledge. I feel like I'm able to do it, but am I willing to do it? Am I willing to do it? They say it's the have and the have-nots. No, it's the wills and the will-nots. So I want to be one of the wills, you know what I'm saying? I will do it. I will be able to do it. That's why I get up, go to work every morning. I get up this evening, do the podcast. Hey man, it take you just gotta get going. Don't limit your mindset, man. Don't limit everything that you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. God has given us all these things, man, that we can do. And so don't limit yourself, right? Okay. So one thing I wanted to tell y'all about is this: excuses and crutches. Excuses and crutches. This year, 2023, this is the year for motion. The year for motion, not for emotions. This is the year to be moving. You know what I'm saying? Moving and grooving and taking care of business. It's not the year for excuses, man. Oh, I couldn't do it because of that. No, you got to push through. It's some sacrifices you're going to have to make, right? And so I tell myself this, and I preach this to myself because I'm gonna tell you, it's a difference between lazy and being sorry. Sometimes I'm lazy, man. I don't want to get up to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to nip this in the bud. I don't want to cut that tree when I need to cut the tree, but I need to cut the tree before it get too big. I am lazy sometimes, but I'm not sorry. See, sorry is knowing you have to do it and still don't do it, right? So I got to get rid of lazy, get rid of sorry, and all the excuses out of my vocabulary and out of me that I can't do anything, that I need to do it, and I need to get on it, right? So I'm preaching this stuff to me as well. So, a lot of the times we just say, oh, I'm the guru of this thing. And I'm telling you, I slip too. I'm slipping, messing up, and having excuses why I won't do certain things and why I can't do certain things. And yeah, I can do it. I know I can do it. I'm a man. I know I can do it. Okay. So, like we said, the mindset of limitations, right? We got to kill this mindset of limitations. Excuses and crutches, we getting rid of all that stuff, right? So the thing is, what we fear, this is what we fear. We fear the word no, right? But your fear of the word no is unhealthy, right? Because it'll stop you from doing whatever you plan on doing, man. This is going to limit you. I mean, no is all right. I mean, I done heard no a million times. I just kept going. Some things I did quit, and I shouldn't have. I look back on them times and I say, man, I shouldn't have quit that. I could have did that. Man, I was in a guitar class for about a week, and I quit because I feel like, oh man, I got tired. I learned that later. No, I should have been on it. I was really in the guitar class, but I didn't stick with it, right? Because I had a limited mind. And then I was kind of, I was scared of being rejected. And so that's a rejection thing. People calling me, hitting me and stuff. That's a rejection thing, right? You fear the word no. So a lot of the times, you're scared to ask, or you're scared to go to the bank and ask for some money, and you might got an 800 something credit score. You know what I'm saying? But your fear of the word no keeping you from getting that business. Your fear of the word no is keeping you from investing in your business and asking somebody to help you. Man, you don't even realize how close help can be when you ask. You don't even realize how close help can be if you just seek it out. I mean, help can be anywhere. I mean, a guy online, he hit me the other day and was like, hey, man, I like what you're doing with your podcast, man. Why don't you do this? And I say, whoa, I don't know how to do that. I'm not really savvy on that. And so, bam, he sent me a tutorial on it, and I learned it right in 1 minute. And then I started doing it because I'm not so computer savvy, but I'm trying to learn. Right now, I'm learning Final Cut Pro. So I'm trying to learn that because I want to not limit my mindset. And then when I do get everything together, I'm going to your Black Effects. I'm going to all these curators and say, hey, man, put the Progression Podcast on your platform, man, and let's do this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be fearing the word no. Your fear of the word no is unhealthy, man. Don't worry about that. Go on, ask, go on, do what you got to do, right? So, one thing I wanted to say too. One thing, this is another thing right here. I don't fear failure. I just fear being successful at something that doesn't matter. Now, that's kind of, that might be kind of crazy to you, because we can be successful at being stupid. We can be successful at being lazy. That's a success, lazy, and then you're successful at being lazy. It's a way to be successful. I just don't want to be successful at something that doesn't matter, man. I want to do something that really matters. I want to be successful at helping people find some kind of niche, some kind of way to get better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be successful at, right? And so I can't have the mindset of limitations, because if I have a mindset of limitations, I'm gonna limit the people I teach as my kids, because I teach them every day. I influence my wife, I influence the people around me, and if I'm limited in my thinking, because look, this the crux of it. This is the crux of it right here. If you know the whole plan and you know it all the way through, it's not a plan of God. Because God's plan for you is so enormous. If you make your plans enormous, He'll help you with it. Man, I never thought. Who would have said 2 years ago, Double O, you'll have a podcast on iHeart Media? I didn't know that. Oh, you mean to tell me I'm on everybody's iPhone and they can just click their iPhone and I don't have to send them nothing and I'm right there? You mean to tell me 2 years ago I couldn't tell you that? But God put something in me that said, go ahead, do it. Go ahead, do it. And when you do it, be consistent with it. Be consistent with it. That's why I'm consistent with this podcast, because I'm not going to limit my mindset. I'm going to be what God wants me to be, right? And I want to be better as a husband. I want to be better as a brother. I want to be better as an employee, an employer. I want to be better in all areas of my life. I want to learn more. And a leader really has to be a good follower. So I got to follow the right people to lead the right people, right? So understand this. I don't feel failing things. I done failed in the past, but it's all been a learning curve and it's all been a learner for me. And like I say, I don't fear failure. I just fear being successful at something that doesn't matter. Now, one thing it is, like I talked about on my last podcast about leveling up. Y'all remember I was talking about leveling up. You can't be afraid. Some people are afraid to level up. Every next level requires a better version of ourselves. So you might have to step out of your comfort zone. You might have to do some things that, you think that's you're going to lose on. But sometimes, man, it's not that you're losing on it. You're learning from it, man. You're learning from it. And so a lot of things that I'm going to pump up to you, man, I'm telling you, God is waiting on you to make that move, and then He'll help you with the next move. The reason why He's not dropping it out the sky to you, because you really don't want it, because if you ain't moving toward that stuff, why should He help you, And then we come to procrastination. Stop this procrastination, Andre. And I'm talking to me. Andre, stop procrastinating and get what's yours. Get what God has for you. God has a lot for you. In His word, He speaks of you all the time, and you just not listening, right? He says you are more than a conqueror, right? He wants to see you above and not below. He wants to see you forward, Andre, and I'm talking to me too, like I say. And everybody out there, man, I encourage you, you encourage me, and I encourage myself as well. But I'm telling you, man, procrastination is going to stop us from being better versions of ourselves, man. See, one thing I want to tell you about, you might not know this, but you can look on the calendar, right? We can look on the calendar, see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and back around, and you see these little numbers under there. I see dates. I don't never see tomorrow. I've never seen a day called tomorrow. I've never seen a date called tomorrow. So when we say, well, I'll do it tomorrow, it's no day called. There is no tomorrow. We have to get up and do it now. There is no tomorrow, right? So understand this: never treat time as if you have a limited time, unlimited supply. We try to treat time as if we have an unlimited supply. Man, you might get hit by a bus next week. Hey, man, you need to establish something for your kids here, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't treat time like that. No one has a contract with life. You don't have a contract with life. We all gonna die. It's an Adamic prophecy, Adamic thing we have. Adam, you know what happened in the garden, we all gonna die now. We all not gonna live forever. So what are you gonna do between your dash? You know, between the number. You was born 1973, your dash is right there, and I don't know when I'm gonna die, but I want my dash to say something about me, right? I don't want them to get up there and say, well, he was born, he went to school, he lived, and he died. Oh, I want to make a difference, man. I really want to make a difference. So I don't want to have a limited mindset. So every next level will require a better version of ourselves. Man, check this out. Follow us on IG, man, and Facebook at Progress Pod, man. You got to follow us. I'm gonna have some things going on that it's gonna be kind of cool, man. And then I'm gonna start introducing my guests real early, and you'll know that they coming. And so it'll be really, really cool to know where they at, you know, to know who's coming up next. And then too, let me let you know, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's very important. It's gonna be there forever, man. Those videos you can look at and go over forever. My children will look at those videos and go on forever when I'm gone. So I have 4 boys, man, and they don't have any kids yet. But I'm pretty sure my grandchildren will be able to say, hey, man, my grandfather had a podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? It might be a podcast in the sky then, you know what I'm saying? So understand that. I want y'all to follow us on IG and Facebook at Progress Pod, man. Look, we on Spotify. Man, we on iHeart. Man, we on Samsung. Man, we on Google Play. Man, we on all that. We on Apple Podcast. Man, all you got to do is look up, say, Alexa, play Progress Pod. That's all you have to say. Man, we are everywhere. We just need your support. Listen to this podcast, spread the gospel, spread this, and then we're going to be all right. One time for mine, I want to say, the mindset of limitation is no more. This year, 2023 and beyond, we're about movement, we're about motion, and we're not about emotions. We're not going to let stuff jar us. We're not going to let people take us out of our character. We're going to show character and do what we need to do. Man, it's 007, man. Thank y'all for having me, man. Like I say, go to YouTube, subscribe to Progression Podcast, man. And I'm out. Peace.